I'm Krista Struthers, and welcome to Headline News. First up, breaking news on the Maryville campus in Chesterfield, Missouri. At approximately 12:30 a.m. this morning, students at Maryville University, a small private university in the center of Chesterfield, were awakened by a ringing bell. The bell in question is the university's commencement bell, which is only rung twice a year at orientation and commencement ceremonies. The president of the university, Dr. Lombardi, had this to say.
It's a little disappointing considering the bell has a specific purpose, and so if it is rung more than it is supposed to, it loses its significance. But things like this are expected on a college campus. Let's just hope it doesn't happen again.
This isn't the first time an incident like this has happened with the bell. On one April Fool's Day, a group of students took the bell and replaced it with a random huge coffee cup in recognition of Caldy's Coffee House, which lies on the Maryville campus. As of now, no suspects have been apprehended and no harsh punishment is foreseeable. On an equally serious note, we have a stain, that is, Claire Stain, attempting to stain the Chick-fil-A reputation. Chick-fil-A faces more opposition as a Kentucky woman, Claire Stain, has threatened to file a suit against the restaurant for lack of bathroom tissue. The plaintiff claims that the incident was embarrassing and horrific and is reason enough for her never visiting Chick-fil-A again. A woman who was washing her hands at the time of Miss Stain's outburst says the restaurant doesn't deserve this humiliation. The woman who requested to remain anonymous stated,
Yeah, it's embarrassing, but sometimes life calls for a little bit of creativity. A Chick-fil-A employee working that evening commented, I was pretty sure the bathroom was stocked when I checked, but there was a rush earlier in the evening, so maybe that's where it all went.
The restaurant, already making news for being anti-gay, is not thrilled about the bad publicity, but called a press conference to deal with the situation. The conference resulted in a public apology to Miss Stain in an attempt to calm the situation and prevent any lawsuit. The apology stated,
We are deeply sorry about our mistake in not maintaining the bathroom tissue. Employees working that evening have been put on temporary suspension. It is our duty to ensure that our organization exceeds expectations when it comes to the safety of our customers and sanitation of our facilities.
Ms. Stain has not been available for further comment after the apology, but things have simmered down quite a bit since the evening of the incident. Chick-fil-A's mission statement reads,
To be America's best quick service restaurant at winning and keeping
people
customers.
seem to be just a little too hasty to shift the blame and seem to be a bit too sensitive. A lawsuit because of bathroom tissue? Let's grow up, America. And next, sexual harassment once again rears its ugly head. A man is suing a 73-year-old woman for sexual harassment. 33-year-old Ryan Vaughn was at a local restaurant when he stepped away to use the restroom. According to him, as he was coming out, an older woman came out of the women's restroom right behind him. As he turned to walk back to his table, he felt a slight pinch on his backside. He claimed,
I didn't know what to think. When I turned around, she waved and winked at me. I was so distraught I couldn't even finish my meal.
Regulars at the restaurant say they've seen the older woman there many times before, and she's never been an issue. I guess she was just feeling frisky that day. Vaughn is supposedly suing for $20,000 for discomfort and emotional distress. Moving on to the Hollywood scene, as if Charlie Sheen hasn't been making headlines enough already, apparently he feels that another celebrity is getting in his way. This time, it's Jay Leno, who claims that Sheen is too crazy for his own good. Although the majority of sane Hollywood starlets might agree with his statement, many are too afraid of the wrath of Sheen to make these opinions public knowledge. No one really wants to go toe-to-toe with this winner, but Leno doesn't mind taking him on. During his show, the host made several sarcastic comments about Sheen's lifestyle and current catchphrases, calling them a little bit mental and describing Sheen as a complete lunatic. The comments were met by an uproar of laughter and applause. The one person who remained somber was, of course, Sheen. He commented after the show aired,
It's unbelievable how jealous people are of me. Everyone just wants to be me. I feel bad for him, really.
Sheen has done numerous interviews. His name has been trending on Twitter, and he has been appearing in many late-night talk shows. He has been a guest for Jimmy Fallon, Conan O'Brien, David Letterman, and Jimmy Kimmel, just to name a few. The Tonight Show with Jay Leno seems to be the only one of the late night talk shows missing from this lineup of Sheen advocates. Perhaps Leno isn't the jealous one in this situation. Could it be that Sheen's tiger blood isn't enough to lure a spot on Leno? Let's now turn from questionable human behavior to problems with animals. The international news concerning the quest for freedom in Egypt now has a parallel on the domestic scene. On March 26th, a 20-inch Egyptian cobra escaped from its habitat at the World of Reptiles exhibit at the Bronx Zoo in New York. Zoo director Jim Brenny said,
"Upon leaving its enclosure, the snake would feel vulnerable and seek out a place to hide and feel safe. When the snake gets hungry or thirsty, it will start to move around the building. Once that happens, it will be our best opportunity to recover it."
Another expert noted, however, that snakes can go months without eating and weeks without drinking. In another statement, Sian Mays, the curator of herpetology at the Houston Zoo, noting the temperature in New York was 30 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit, eased the fears that the snake might be wandering the neighborhood, saying, quote, "That's a little cold for it to be out," end quote. He cautioned, however, quote, "They're not really something you want to be bitten by," end quote, and added they're pretty feisty. Although Egyptian cobras are rodent eaters, their bite carries a neurotoxin which can kill a person. During the snake's hiatus, his alter ego, Bronx Zoo's Cobra, appeared several times on Twitter and on the internet. Various quips attributed to the snake appeared, such as,
"I'd like to thank those animals from the movie Madagascar. They were a real inspiration." The animated film Madagascar concerned, of course, animals who had escaped from Central Park Zoo. "Holding very still in the snake exhibit at the Museum of Natural History. This is going to be hilarious." "Taking the Sex and the City tour. I'm totally a Samantha." "Leaving Wall Street. These guys make my skin crawl." "Dear New York City, apples and snakes have gone together since the beginning."
the messages were reputedly originating from famous Original Ray's Pizza. When questioned as to how the snake would type, the snake replied, quote, "Thanks to touchscreen technology, it just takes a flick of the tail," end quote. It said, and on its iPhone, quote, "There's an app for that," end quote. When the viper was finally apprehended on March 31st, the zoo director Jim Brenny commented, quote, "She's alive and well," end quote. No doubt his remarks were accentuated by a sigh of relief. Thanks for watching Headline News. I'm Krista Struthers, and I'll see you next time.